Hello, everybody, and welcome to Super Sunday. I'm in the same room I was in last week for Super Sunday, and I have Samuel Adams Blackberry Wit Beer. This was introduced years ago, and then it was discontinued, and they brought it back for the spring variety pack released during the winter 2026. Independent craft brewer, 10 IBUs, 5.5% alcohol, certified kosher. Comes in this purple can with gold and off-white eggshell trim. Crack it open. Looks like it's sold in cans only this go around. When it first came out back around 2011, it was in bottles only. Now cans only. Well, it might have had draft. There may have been draft versions of it before. So very thick, off-white head. The appearance is hazy, somewhat hazy, gold with some lazy bubbles. Yeah, you can smell a little bit of the fruit. Hello, Herbie. In India. I'll show you the website listing for it. The malts are Samuel, it's 10 IBUs, so very low bitterness, virtually no bitterness. Samuel Adams 2-row pale malt blend and malted wheat. So they use malted barley and wheat. Haller tar Mittelfrüh are the hops. Ale yeast and coriander, orange peel, and blackberries are added. Coriander, orange peel, and blackberry, natural flavors. I know I can find it near me. I bought it 1 mile from my house. Back for a limited time. We're bringing back everyone's favorite berry forward wit beer for a limited time only. With bright berry aromas and subtle honey sweetness, this fruity ale brings the promise of spring. But they're not enjoying spring in Boston right now. There's also the delicious Breakaway Blonde, although I found it was a little bland this go around. I don't know what changed. Cold Snap and Alpine Spring. So 2 classics in a special classic can brought back from 15 years ago, about 15 years ago. And Cold Snap comes back every year or so, not every year. And Breakaway Blonde's been a regular for about 3 years now. Cheers to you. It's going into extras now, huh? Extra tie-breaking part of the game. North London Derby. Bacardi Green Apple. Cheers back to you. So, nice lacing. This one has a yeasty flavor. You get the blackberry tartness. Get a little bit of the coriander spice. The whatever else they're adding to it. What else they said? Orange peel. Yeah, I don't know why they feel like they need to add orange peel to everything, but maybe they got a lot of them. The blackberry, you can taste it. Blackberry doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but it's, blackberries on their own just don't have a whole lot of flavor, but there's a little bit of it. Nothing really special about it. It's nice. I'm sure if you've had a flavored beer, naturally flavored beer, you probably Probably find it familiar. I'm trying to see if they sell this new cherry bomb near you. The product is not available around you. I wanted to try this new 9% cherry bomb. Well, too bad for me. That would have been something interesting. Liquor Enthusiast says, hey, hello to you. 9 p.m. there. Yeah, it's already nighttime in India. Good old Gross. I'd like to find Gross crafted cannon one day, but I don't know. I guess I'll ever see Gross crafted cannon 11%. I don't know how easy it is to find in the Netherlands, but it's on their website. So what am I? What score will I give this? It's well made. It's just their beers are kind of bland, but it's just their style. They make a lot of bland beers. Okay, so, but I drink a lot of bland beer, honestly. I'll give it a B plus. But I'm not going to go higher than a B plus. I think B plus is fair. 88 out of 100. All right. Anybody want to see show and tell? I'll show y'all something. Or you want to see what I bought yesterday? Does anyone want to see what I bought yesterday? Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. Liquor Enthusiast, it's going to be a bad storm. Oh, thank you. It's not really a new environment. I used it last year. I'll probably be back in this environment some more times. It's just it's a different room. It's more bright in some ways, and all right. But okay, I'll show y'all. Y'all hold on. I got to get it out the car. I actually have it in my car. I've never taken it out the car yet. Okay, sorry for the delay. I had to go out to my car, my Nissan four-door car. Yep. Now that's the tiebreaker part of the game. Those things can go on forever. All right, you all. First, this was sent to me by Firestone Walker in California. Thanks, guys. I got 3 cans. I'm going to drink one today. Firestone California India Pale Ale. Coming in at, this was in the fridge, 6.5%. 6.5%. I think it's been on the market like about, I'm not sure actually. They keep changing their stuff, so it really might be new from last year. They keep changing their lineup. All right, so here's what I bought yesterday at a store called Red, White, and Brew. And they give you a 10% discount if you buy 6 or more bottles or cans. So that covers the sales tax, because then you got to pay 10% sales tax, state and parish sales tax. So the total sale on my card, Visa card, was $25.54. $25.54 divided by 7 different beers. Okay, so I bought this one to revisit. I'm sure you've all heard of Beck's. Originated in Bremen, Germany, 1873, but this is the American brewed version in collaboration with Beck's of Germany. 146 calories. It's best. Oh, it was brewed on the 20th day of 2026, so January 20th. So it's pretty fresh. Hope that's not the best by date. I don't think so. Okay. Because they had like multiple 6-packs of this, and they all had the same date, January 20th. Usually when you see that Julian code, it's a born on date. Here's Leffe, another revisit for me. The famous Leffe beer from a brewery established in 1240. Now, part of the sales, I know InBev makes it, but a percentage of the sales goes to the Abbey. They didn't. The Abbey de Leffe in Dinant, Belgium. They didn't really have the ability to produce this at a, mass production level. So they contracted with InBev, never dreaming they would become Anheuser-Busch InBev. 6.6% alcohol, subtle notes of vanilla and cloves. It's a Belgian ale, and it's an Abbey ale. Best before next year, 2027. 33 centiliter bottle, 33 centiliters. Here's a beer I've been hearing people talk about, but I've never seen it before. It's from Germany. It's a lager beer called Benedictiner Helles. Brewed in Lich in the state of Hesse by the private brewery Gering Melchior. I don't need this. I'm not listening to anybody right now. Gering Melchior, in accordance with the original Benedictiner recipe. So it's brewed by a different brewery, but they're following the Benedictine monastery recipe. I've heard about this beer for years. I'm going to have to research this one. 5% alcohol. Imported by the Global Beer Network. Water, malted barley, and hops. Best by December. So it was produced in December of last year. Best by December. Those go for a year, those European beers. Now here's something from Italy. It's called Menabrea Bionda Blonde Premium Lager Biela. Italia. I've never heard of this. Menabrea. They had two different ones. One was a little expensive, so I didn't buy it. I bought the 4.8%er. It's got a good date on it. Product of Italy. It's just another small 33 centiliter bottle. Founded in 1846. Qualità assicurata da Oltre. 170 anni di tradizione birraria. 170 years of beer tradition. That's what it says in Italian. Birra Menabrea, Via Romeo, Germany, in Biella, Italy. Premiata Fabbrica di Birra, Casa Fondata. Okay, I don't know if y'all ever had Menabrea from established 1846. I know I haven't. I'm gonna have to look that up. Birra Menabrea. That sounds like that's going to be good. Here's something. Let's see any comments. Thank you. Oh, bummer. No, Beck Stark was discontinued in 2014. Yeah, he has to go out to people's houses, do his home servicing. Ah, that's a good part of it. Attention. Oh, you had Benedictiner. All right, excellent. What about the Menabrea? Yeah, a world beer selection. Belgium, Germany originated. Belgium brewed. German brewed. Italian brewed. Here is a Kentucky brewed. This is called Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Tart Cherry Wheat Ale. I've never seen this one before. This is a new one. Aged in bourbon barrels. Wheat ale brewed with tart cherries and aged in oak bourbon barrels. Well, all bourbon barrels are oaks. That's a redundant statement. Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company, Lexington, Kentucky, and Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay, so they're collaborating. I've noticed the last few bottles of their beers will say Grand Rapids, Michigan. 8% alcohol. All right. Life of the Barrel. Okay. So I'd like to know who in Grand Rapids, Michigan is helping them brew their beer. Who would that be, you think? I bet you I got the Kentucky one, though. I don't see a date, guys. Oh, here we go. Here we go. September 31st, 2029. Okay. So that's got a good window on it. Here's another one. Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Cocoa Porter. Coming in at 8% alcohol. Another new one. Porter with natural flavors aged in oak bourbon barrels. Once again, telling us oak. All bourbon barrels are oak. Maybe they don't know that. Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. Lexington, Kentucky, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Once again. Date, guys. I can't see through this dark porter. Here we go. July 28th, 2025. Oh, that's when it was produced. Well, at 8%, it could go a few years. Let me check this one again. Oh, that's 2025, not 2029. March 31st, 2025. Well, once again, at 8%, if it's a year, it won't matter. Although I'd rather have it super fresh, but. And here's a one they brought back last year. Founders DKML Imperial Malt Liquor aged in bourbon barrels. Kicks you where you most expect it. Yeah, in the head. Double kicker malt liquor. Oh, the label got a little screwed up here. Didn't notice that. The guy shoved it in the 6-pack holder and it tore the label. I'm gonna have to get some glue and put that on there. That doesn't look very pretty. The clerk screwed it up. Because it wasn't like this when I got it off the shelf. I wouldn't have got it torn like that. See, he tore it. I got to glue it back as best I can. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here you have it's 14.2% alcohol. It really is a double kicker malt liquor. July 24, 2025. Here you have what could be the first malt liquor worthy of a glass. No, they have other ones worthy of a glass. Typically a slighted style. We thought we would class it up with a stay in the wood and healthy dose of dry hopping. A huge hit of corn gives this one a smooth sweetness while it's time. Spent aging in bourbon barrels will give you reason to share. Be warned, this one will kick you where you most expect it. Yeah, in your brain, in your anatomy, physiological impact. Oh, I'm so irritated with him messing up my label. I'll just have to glue it down in a few minutes. Maybe it'll stick if I just pull it like that. All right, so that's the lineup, you guys. Hey, you guys. That's the lineup. Oh, I got to add somebody to the... I didn't realize somebody was trying to join there. Sorry about that. I was showing off.
Well, I sent you a message at 8:43. I'd be joining around 10.
Okay, I didn't see that. Okay.
Well, it's because you don't check your phone.
No, not during the broadcast, but I appreciate it. Okay.
Where did you find, wait, you were just showing Founders DKML, whatever that thing was?
Yeah, double kicker malt liquor.
That's in our area?
Red, white, and brew. They're from July. I'm going to have to buy another bottle for us to do a duo.
I'll take one.
Oh, you want to buy one? Also, it's $5.99, I think.
Yeah, we're looking at a brew from a brewery. This is not a beer. This is a malt beverage. This is from Easy Day Brewing. This is called Electron Lime. It looks like it's Mexican inspired because I can't read them words. Sir Shia de Chavez. Non-alcoholic. Contains less than. They all have that on it. It contains less than 0.5. So it may be between 0.5 and 0.1. What's up, Jason? Yeah, it comes in a of like a Mexican blanket looking inspired can. This is from the Best Day Brewing Company. They this is it says born in Northern California. Let's see, there's a little story on the side. Brewed for doers, surfers, climbers, early risers, free divers, chefs, gardeners, dancers, oyster farmers, dreamers, painters, basically everyone. It goes on about builders, mothers, fathers, runners, hikers. All right, we're going to stop there. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So this is brewed and packaged by Best Day Brewing Company. Sausalito, California, and under special agreement, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, that's interesting. It says California brewery, but it says Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So somewhere in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this may be being canned. It says near beer, and I'm calling it beer here, near beer, with sea salt and lime. Average analysis per the 12-ounce can is 75 calories. It's quite high for these near beers. 14 grams of carbohydrate. We know what that is, maltodextrin. Protein is 2 grams of protein, which is kind of high for a beer, I would say. Usually you just get 1 or somewhere around there between 1 and 5. And that's on any beer. It says best refrigerated. And it's got all kinds of fancy stuff on there. I guess it's certified kosher. I don't know. It's got this 1% on there for the planet. I don't really know what all that means. Let's see. There's a code that says 5064. I would say I would have to gander about a 5 that was 25, and 164 was probably the 164th day of the year. So that probably puts this around end of May, maybe beginning of May, somewhere around May. All right, so we'll crack this open, see what it's all about.
Can you show that can one more time? Okay, yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah, I bought this in a variety 12 pack, so we'll be seeing a few more of these as allowed. So yeah, so pour this one. That's coming through looking like a light beer, any old light beer, any old light American, Mexican, whatever beer. Slightly, it's a slight haze on it. I would say that's probably coming from the lime, or yeah, it says it's lime. This. Cheers. We're on the non-alcoholic adventure at this point till probably April sometime for sure. Pressing the reset button. Not bad to do that every now and then. Yeah, it's got a strong lime presence to it. I would say almost like a key lime pie. I'm getting this fullness coming out of it. I have every one of those, so we'll visit every one of those if y'all are interested in that. Yeah, it's almost like a key lime pie that I'm smelling. You get kind of like that kind of creamy aspect coming through with it that you would get from a key lime pie. And these things are getting more and more popular. On this year's journey, I've noticed that there are more available units by major brewing companies out there. The only unfortunate thing is it's hard to get a mixed pack, or it's hard to get just singles if you just want to try one. You get cornholed into a 6-pack, and let's just say the flavor doesn't meet your needs. Like I got one year, and the 6-pack was really expensive, and it was a IPA, and it just tasted like some kind of crazy misguided soda pop. It was not good. So hopefully this year we'll be doing new ones, which we already have. I've done one, but it was not a new one. It was one of my domestic Favorites, which is the Coors Edge. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers to you.
Taste is almost like a lime soda with almost no sweetener. It's almost like a lime salsa. I would call it like a salsa. That's what it tastes like. You know, you get, if you drink a salsa water, you get a mineral base with it. You don't get any kind of alcohol. There is like absolutely nothing to this. It's tasting like it's got alcohol at all in it. It is mixed, mimicking the Mexican style beers pretty good. Yeah, but I may have to retract the maltodextrin on that earlier statement because it's not really full. Maltodextrin adds like a fullness to it. It's like a corn derivative. I'm sorry I'm boring you, Jay.
Yeah, bore me. I'm listening to you.
Okay, well, I gave you attention. Give me attention.
I am. I'm listening to everything you're saying.
Okay, well, I mean, we can stop. We don't have to do it today. If I'm boring you.
You're not boring me. I'm listening to everything you're saying. You said you don't know about the maltodextrin.
Right. So its taste has a fullness to it. Yeah, it's kind of like whatever, but it is kind of more or less like a mixer. I would say you could use this and mix vodka with it. You know? That's about all I'm getting off of these. I think I got a pretty good deal, I guess you could say. I picked this up for $18.99 a 12-pack. That's about what you're going to pay for Sierra Nevada. The product itself, it's well put together. It's just that it mimics a lime, almost like the remember we did the lime Riza? It smells exactly like that. So with that said, I already have that taste in my mouth, and I'm not getting that. So it kind of puts it in a different category.
The way you're describing it, it reminds me of those session IPAs where there's really not much there, you know?
Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, you know, there are other non-alcoholic beers I've tried that I haven't brought on yet, and those have a more of a beer aspect to them. This one really doesn't. But then again, these Mexican styles really don't have that strong beer presence to me either. You know, so does it taste like a Mexican cerveza, whatever they call those things? Yeah.
Cerveza.
Cerveza.
Yeah, cerveza.
Cerveza, potato, patata. Here we go. So yeah, with that aspect and looking at it, I'd say this is a cross between a near beer and a salsa.
Oh man.
Well, I don't think that's so all, man. You're not going to drink these. I think this is pretty good. So with that said, if you see it, pick it up, try it yourself. Now these near beers are not designed for you to get a buzz on. They're designed to be more of a social aspect, just like somebody would go somewhere and hang out and have soda water rather than a cocktail. That's what these are designed for. I think it's pretty good. I'd say pick it up and try it. It doesn't cost any more different than regular beer, so you know, is it worth the try? Yeah, I'd say it's worth the try. You know, with that said, I'm going to give this probably I'll give it 88.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought it would have more of a beer aspect to it, but it doesn't.
He's had the
Oh,
athletic. He's had
John,
athletic.
I did find a 6-pack of near beer that was really cheap, and it has more of a beer aspect to it than this one does. So that's what happens with these things. Sometimes you're going to hit, and it's going to be a beer. You know, it's going to be a beer. It's going to taste like a beer. And other times they're going to hit, and you're going to go, I don't know. But then again, you know, so these styles. Sometimes I'll drink one of these, Modelo or something like that, or you know, one of those other kind of offerings. It's more or less along the lines of Soul. Soul is kind of like real mellow. I'd say this is closer to a Soul with lime in it.
And you thought the Holland 1739 non-alcoholic was pretty good.
Yeah. There's a lot of them I thought were pretty good. But I haven't reviewed that one yet. So we're going to save that information when I review it.
Right, right. And I thought the Bush non-alcoholic was pretty not good.
I think Bush alcoholic or non-alcoholic is not pretty good at all.
I like Bush
I
beer.
don't like Bush beer. I used to drink Bush beer in the 80s, and it was okay because it was the Bavarian style and it was a 5.0. So it was in competition with its own beer, Budweiser. So yeah. So I take it you're going to the baseball game today?
That's the, yeah, and it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
But at least it's sunny, so I could sit in the sun. That's good, Jason. I'll be right back. Let me put this in the fridge before it gets too warm. I'll be right back. I don't want it to get too warm.
Here we go. Classic J, leave the show. So if you see us, kids, pick it up. If you're interested in a non-alcoholic journey for whatever reason, these are usually personal reasons, I would say start experimenting some of these things that you haven't seen. This one is not bad. It's just not great. I don't think you're going to find like really great non-alcoholics beers. They're just, you know, if you're looking for that alcohol kick, you're just not going to get it with these things. It also changes the flavor of the beer. And I think that's why some of the brewers started using that corn-derived maltodextrin. But just keep this in mind. These are not like your big ultra 3 points or whatever. These things are pretty high in carbohydrates. As you can see, 14 grams. I mean, that's equivalent to, I don't know, Mick Ultra Zero. I'll have to try that one. But then again, that's what you can't get a single. So I don't want to get cornholed into a 6-pack if it's not good for me. I mean, if there are other people out there and I could split it with, of course I'd do that. But this one right here, we'll never drink a non-alcoholic beer. This one right here in that green shirt.
No, I might one day, but I'm not planning on it. This Wednesday coming up is Mexican beers. Any Mexican beer, which I guess a non-alcoholic.
Where did you just pull that out of?
Claude's mind.
Where did that information come from? Because this is Mexican inspired style. Is that why you just said I'm going to do a Mexican beer on Wednesday?
No, Claude. I just said I pulled it out of Claude's mind. Claude said we ought to do a Mexican beer night. I said okay. So we did. I planned it for this Wednesday coming up, and I guess you could bring a non-alcoholic Mexican beer if you could find one. I'm sure they're out there. An actual non-alcoholic beer made in Mexico.
Just buy one.
No, that's the problem.
Whole 6-pack, so I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not buying a whole 6-pack for one beer. That's just the way it is. I've got a 12-pack variety, and I got a couple other things I can do, and if it doesn't meet your criteria, I don't know what to tell you.
So we got Mexican beer Wednesday, and then Friday coming up, Claude might want to host Fandango Friday again. It's up to him if he feels like it. Yep, the Americans won the hockey. USA won the hockey gold medal. Okay, that's good.
Couldn't tell by the name I was using today. Oh, we don't have names anymore, huh? Oh, there it is, golden. I just watched it before it came on the show.
Golden rule. Yeah, okay, that's cool. They won it again. So
that would have been the women and the men won.
That's bad. That's even better.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh. They won it like a couple days ago. Where you been at? I thought you were keeping up with sports and checking ESPN and game results.
I've been checking the medal count, just the overall medal count, but not the individual sports. Yeah.
But wouldn't the medal count actually tell you where the sport medal from?
No, like I'll
oh, so you were just looking at some preview. It said this team, this country has this country has that.
Yeah, like it says
exactly what they want.
Right. It says medal results. Norway finished with 41. United States number 2 with 33 medals. Italy,
yeah, but that's not even exciting. What's exciting is that the hockey team just won the gold medal like 15 minutes ago in overtime, 3-on-3.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's history.
I don't know if that's more exciting than reading that Founder's bottle from like I don't know when, an old Founder's bottle.
What Founder's bottle? The double kicker malt liquor.
That's from double kicker.
That's from 2025. That was the one brewed last year. I don't know why they had it over there, but they had a couple of 6-pack.
How did that make it to Hammond so late, but it never made it over here when we're a larger market?
It's strange. It's really strange.
They must have ordered it and had it shipped in. How much did you pay for that? $4?
I think it was like $5.99.
Yeah, they ordered it. If it was $5.99, they ordered it. Yep. I find that's some of the old standout places.
Uh-oh, I think you froze up. The last thing you said was some of those standout places. All right, you're back.
There we are. Yeah, some of those old standout places that are still holding on to the craft beer traditions. They're having a special order of these beers to come in. Some cases are only 2 or 3 cases. Other time it could be as many as 10 cases. It just depends on how much they're willing to pay for it, and then we're having to pay a little bit more. So I think the last time I saw that was a long time ago, and it was cheap.
Yeah, they might have it, John, but I would check their website first because they'll show what's in stock. So that'll save you a drive through the ice and the snow. And you could look on Founders.
It's pretty good, but it wasn't much different than, say, like another malt liquor.
It's just a strong one, a double kicker. Founders.
Okay.
Brewing. Let's see. Founders Brewing. Let's see.
So it's less about the taste and more about the alcohol content with you. So it's more about quantity than it is quality.
I never said that, but
that's exact words came out of your mouth.
I said it's like a malt liquor, but it's stronger. It's plus it's bourbon barrel aged. You don't get too many malt liquors. Or do you get any others that are aged in bourbon barrels? I don't think so.
I've never seen anything. I've never seen a malt liquor proper bourbon barrel.
No, only
they're usually just a strong regular beer. And what is a malt liquor? Is malt liquor just a strong beer?
That's all it is. It's no
I
different
think,
than
I think the classification of malt liquor goes back to the 70s when they had certain rules about beers that you could drink, beers you could make, and beers you couldn't. So,
it goes back really to the 1930s. After Prohibition, they had all these crazy rules.
prohibition.
You can't have beer above 5% alcohol. So they just came up with the term malt liquor to get around the law, which worked. It worked fine because they got around the law. So I'll have to drive past that place before I go to the game and pick up a bottle for you because I don't want to wait.
Yeah, because I'd like to try it sometime in April or something.
I hate to see it sell out. They had a lot of it, but I don't want to wait 2 weeks and then they sell out.
All right.
That would be a little irritating. But yeah, it's going to be like that's a lot of money after tax, $6.60. Now, the good thing about that store is if you buy at least 6 bottles or cans, they give you a 10% discount, which covers the tax. So that's a good little bonus to have. If you buy at least, so I bought 7 singles, so I got the 10% discount.
You got a big beer budget now, huh?
Well, this week I did because I didn't spend much money on anything else this week.
Yeah,
I didn't
saying you upped your beer budget to do your duos.
Not really, because I used to always, years ago, I would go to Aquista Pace in Covington, and I'd buy a big haul of beer, and it would cost a lot back then. It really hadn't changed that much when you talk about singles. Yeah, I like those old uniforms too. No, my beer budget hasn't really changed over the years. I don't think so.
Yes, it has.
I'm still trying to find deals, John, they have a locator tool, but I got some bad news. I was just looking at it, and they didn't have DKML listed on there. But you could look at Total Wine and More. They might show it. So, but that's it. I guess I'm going to go watch some beer reviews, try to catch up on some beer reviews before I do my next activity today.
All right.
I remember those crazy uniforms. So any last comments to the audience?
Well, again, like I said, if you're looking to go off on a non-alcoholic journey on beers, there's a lot of flavors out there. There's a lot of, it's growing. I was in Total Wine and More getting little aspects of things, and they had a lot to offer. I was glad to find a 12-pack. It came in 4 different varieties. So probably be looking at those this year. I was wanting to do more of the newer beers or brews or whatever they call them, concoctions, just to put it out there, put other companies out there where they can see it. Yeah.
That's a good thing to do because some people are really into the non-alcoholic beer. So a lot of people probably appreciate you bringing those.
Yeah. People, for whatever reasons, maybe they're like Shia LaBeouf, can't really handle alcohol, but think they can handle alcohol. Some people come to realization that it's a health aspect for them, and some people want to be social and don't really want to put it out there that I'm not the party guy like I used to. Some people just don't really want alcohol anymore. They just are like, no. Is that senior jumping in again?
Yeah.
I expect you to be off. I agree, Jason. Heineken 0.0 is most excellent.
Well, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for David. Thanks to David for joining. And I hope everybody has a good Sunday. And congratulations to the USA men's hockey team.
Yep, they won the gold. All right, kids. Until next time.
Cheers.
Have a great weekend. Or whatever's left of your weekend.